What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the smoking section. I'm your host, Sean, and tonight we are going to be going over a new cigar to the channel, but not new to me, and this is going to be one of the newer blends coming out from Drew Estates. But first, before we go over that, there's a little bit of business I want to try and go over with you, so hold tight. So if you enjoy these videos and you like what you see and you like the content that's coming out, please like. If you're not already a member of the smoking section, you can subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. And you can also go to our Facebook page, the smoking section, on Facebook groups, or follow us on Instagram at _smoking_section, number 1, all one word. But liking these videos really helps out with trying to get the videos up in the, I guess you would say, ranking for whenever somebody searches for a cigar. If they want to look at a review, this really helps with getting these videos out there. So if you can, please like, and if you like the videos in general, then subscribe and be a part of the lives that we have every Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you'll also get notifications on when a new video like this will drop, or when we're going live to begin with if you want to be a part of the group. So please just remember to like and subscribe and hit that little bell for notifications for whenever we drop. But now, back to the cigar. So tonight we're going to be going over the Acid Plush by Drew Estate. And this is the cigar right here. It's one of the newer ones on the market. It has a really beautiful Maduro wrap with a nice purple, black, gold, and some white in there for the plush writing. It has a really, really sweet kind of smell to it. These are infused cigars. They're going to be a little bit different than your typical flavored cigars by like Tatiana, that have like a flavor all the way through it, where these are more infused rather than the tobacco being treated and having that nice cherry or chocolate or vanilla, whichever one you choose, in there with the tobacco. So this one has a really, really sweet smell, and I really can't wait to get into it. So let me give this a cut and a light, and I'll see you guys in a second. So right off the bat, I'm really starting to notice that this one has a lot of flavor that's just on the tip itself. It is very, very sweet, very, very smooth though. I can't really describe. It's definitely got like a very sweet honey on the tip, but the cigar itself, at first, when I smelt it earlier, it really just kind of had almost like a potpourri kind of smell. With a lot of sweetness in it. But off that first draw, it was just a really, really enjoyable first draw, and it's almost reminding me a lot of the other Drew Estates ones, like the Fat Bottom Betty and the Sweet Jane, the Crazy Alice, and the Leather Rose, which is the newest sister. But it just has a very subtle sweetness on the smoke, and the tip is where I'm getting a lot of that actual sweetness, which is really, really a nice touch. The sweetness almost kind of has a little bit of a fruity taste to it as well, so almost like a honey with some fruit involved in it as well. But I'm really interested to see how the rest of this smokes, so I'm going to go ahead and smoke this down to my first third, and I'll be right back to tell you what we got. So it just got past the first third, and already, not like it's a bad thing, but I am burning a little bit uneven. I'm hoping that that winds up correcting itself, but the ash looks absolutely beautiful. A little bit crooked on one side. I think I was smoking it on that side a little longer than I wanted to, but the cigar is doing a really nice job of having a very, very sweet pepper. That I'm really enjoying. There's almost like a little bit of like a woodsy taste with it as well. It's not very prevalent, but it is there, that I can taste in the background. but that sweet tip or that cap that's on top of this has pretty much gone away now. It's kind of there, but it's not as sweet as it was when I first started smoking this. Um, but the cigar is really, really nice, other than the sheer fact of it seems as though I did a bad thing and I wound up doing a V-cut on this cigar. And it seems as though I'm having a little bit of trouble with trying to get a good pull on it. I feel like I'm doing a couple of pre-puffs before I wind up really taking a good draw in. I'm not sure if it's just this cigar in particular or if it was just wrapped too tight, but it does feel as though I am fighting just a little tiny bit with it. But I'm not going to hold that against the cigar because it has a really, really nice, unique flavor. Now, for this cigar itself, if you are looking to try one of these yourselves, individually, this is going to be about a $10 stick. If you want to do a pack of 5, you're looking at anywhere from like $47 to $50. And then the box of these comes in a box of 24, and you're looking at anywhere from $230 to $240 for the box of Acid Plush. But so far, I mean, it's doing an absolutely great job. Like I said, that ash is doing a really, really nice job. It looks very, very solid. I'll probably bump this off because I don't feel like ashing myself tonight. So I'll probably bump this off and then just keep smoking it down and see what the second third winds up bringing me. So, but all in all, the cigar is doing a really, really nice job of just staying really consistent. And for a Maduro that has that infused sweetness to it, you can definitely tell that it is a Maduro, that it is having a little bit of that pepper in it, but that sweetness really combats that, at least for the first third. So I'm interested to see if it winds up continuing to do that, or if the pepper will prevail in the very end. So let me go ahead and get this ash off of here, and then I'm going to smoke it down to the next third, and we'll be right back. So see you then. So I'm just getting past my second third, and it really did what I expected it to do, with a little twist. Now let me explain. So going into the second third, I wound up still tasting a lot of the sweetness with the pepper, and what had happened now was that the pepper has really started to take over. That Maduro has really come alive on this cigar, but there's a sweetness that's still lingering on the back side of that pepper. It's almost like when you eat that pepper or you taste that pepper, you're also getting a little reward of sweetness towards the very backside of it, which makes it really, really enjoyable. I'm really enjoying this cigar so far when it comes to just the construction. It's been doing a really nice job. I wound up getting my second little bit of ash right there, which I'll probably be bumping off shortly. And the cigar is still pulling a little hard if I let it sit for a little while. I've been out in the garage now for about 30 minutes, and within that 30 to 40 minutes that I've been out here so far, it really seems like almost every time I've went to take a puff, I had to do a couple mini puffs just to try and get that heat back up and going. But the funny thing was, once I wound up taking the ash off of my first third, the cigar really was able to breathe. And if I do that right now, you can actually see that I still have a really pretty nice going cherry there. But you can see that I wasn't getting a lot of smoke from that. So I'm going to keep trying to see what I can do to keep this from having to do that. But it might just be the cigar itself, which doesn't mean that it's a bad cigar. It just means that it's wrapped really tightly, and it's not too tight where it feels like you're fighting it. When it does start to burn, it really does put out a lot of good smoke. But whenever I let it sit for a couple of minutes, or if I'm having a conversation like I am now, and I go to touch it again, it winds up feeling like I got to do a couple of those mini puffs just to try and get that heat back up and going. So I'm going to go ahead and smoke this down to my last third, and we'll be right back with that little bit of info for that. So I'll see you guys soon. So I'm about halfway through right now, that my last third. I still have a little bit more to go, but I wanted to kind of bring it up now that a lot of the sweetness that was originally in this cigar has completely dissipated. There's a lot of pepper in this last little nugget of a cigar, and it's very, very nice. The pepper has definitely become stronger as I have smoked it down, which I was expecting it to. Even cigars like the Fat Bottom Betty and the Leather Rose, they all become very pepper oriented once you get past a lot of that sweet infusion that comes with those sweet tipped cigars. All in all, though, the construction of this cigar is absolutely perfect. Yes, it didn't burn completely even, but I got to be honest with you, it never unraveled. I didn't have to relight it. I might have had to do a couple mini puffs just to try and get that flame back up and going, so that way I could get some good smoke out of it. But the cigar did a really, really nice job with just being able to handle A, the cold out here, B, just the attention that I gave to it with, taking a couple puffs right in a row, not really letting it sit, and then also letting it sit for a little bit as well. So I mean, it did a really, really awesome job of just maintaining a good flavor. The construction stayed right on point. It didn't start to lift off or start to unravel or go out or canoe or anything like that. So the cigar is doing a really, really nice job. So I figured I'd jump on real quick for that last third. I'm going to finish smoking this up, and then I will be right back with my final thoughts on the Acid Plush cigar. So, for my final thoughts on the Acid Plush cigar, all in all, I think it was an absolutely great cigar. I really didn't have too many complaints with the cigar at all. The flavor was very unique. After being used to smoking like the Fat Bottom Betty, the Leather Rose, a lot of the Java series of cigars, the Acid Plush did a really nice job of actually surprising me. I gotta be honest, if I'm going to say this, I don't smoke a lot of acid cigars. I smoke maybe one or two, every couple of months. But the cigar did a really nice job, and I would actually continue to smoke the Acid Plush. I have had the Cuba Cuba, and I have had the Blondie. But the Acid Plush really did a nice job of just surprising me with a lot of nice flavor. And to me, it ranks right up there with the Fat Bottom Betty and the Leather Rose, which are my absolute favorite sweet tip cigars. So all in all, I'm probably going to give it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The construction did a really nice job in my opinion. The flavor profile was unique when it came to the infusion, that sweetness with like a little bit of fruit that I think I was getting in there. I'd really like to smoke another one just to kind of see if I could taste some of those other flavors that were in there. I was really kind of concentrating a lot on trying to figure out what the fruit kind of flavor that was in there was. But that was a really, really great cigar, and to me that would almost be like a dessert cigar where I just had a really nice dinner, and instead of getting a piece of cake or something like that, I would go outside and maybe smoke the Acid Plush. So that's all I really got to say about that. I mean, it was a really, really great cigar. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of came into it a little hesitant because I don't smoke many acid cigars, but I'm a big Drew Estates fan. So I mean, seeing the Acid Plush for the first time and really getting a chance to get into it was a really, really nice cigar. So I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5 stars, and really I'm going to continue to support the acid side of Drew Estate, because that really did something nice for me. So but other than that, I'm probably going to end this video here, everybody. I'm going to be back probably tomorrow with another video, probably a different type of cigar. I'm still kind of in the air on what that might be, but nevertheless, it's going to be a good cigar regardless. As I said in the beginning of the video, if you enjoyed this and you like the review that I gave, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It really helps out with telling me that, hey, you guys like what I do. And other than that, if you guys want to be a member of the smoking section, please go to Facebook groups, the smoking section, and request to be a member, and I will welcome you with open arms and a lit cigar. And if you're not on Facebook, but you do have Instagram, you can also follow us on Instagram as well at the_smoking_section 1, all one word, and be a member that way as well. So other than that, everybody, this is Sean from the smoking section signing off. As always, stay blessed, stay smoking, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good night.